SEC ACC challenge.
Yes.
So it's last night. Let me run you through this. It's crazy. So the games get started. Here's how they go. South Carolina over Boston College by 22. Then Missouri beats Cal. Then Georgia beats Notre Dame. Then Arkansas beats Miami. Then Ole Miss goes into the Yum Center at Louisville and beats Pat Kelsey's Cardinals by 23 points. Respect the sip. Texas A&M beat Wake Forest. Oklahoma beat Georgia Tech by 15. Tennessee beat Syracuse by 26.
Ooh. Syracuse down bad.
They are down bad.
Yeah.
I mean, their best player was out. But they were going to be big underdogs no matter what. And I know Tennessee is great and Syracuse is not. But as somebody who grew up with the Syracuse program.
Syracuse, dude.
It's Syracuse.
Yeah.
You're supposed to lose to 26 to anybody ever under any circumstances. So that's a wild result. LSU beat Florida State by 10. Those were the first 9 games of the event. Then Clemson upsets Kentucky inside Little John to make it 9-1. But the SEC right now, check this out. Clearly the best league in the country. Not even close. Like it's really not close right now. The SEC has 13 top 50 KenPom teams. 13. Okay. Including number 1 Auburn and number 2 Tennessee. So you got in the SEC 13 of the top 50, including the top 2. If you want to know how this compares to, say, the American Athletic Conference, the AAC has 1 team in the top 50. It's Memphis. The SEC has 13. Now let's go back to the ACC SEC challenge because this was even surprising to me. Even crazier than the SEC having 13 top 50 teams is that they have nobody lower than 73. Vanderbilt is projected to finish last in the SEC and is 73rd at KenPom. Now, go back to the American Athletic Conference. Do you know how many top 73 teams there are? 2, Memphis and North Texas. In other words, if you were to combine the AAC and the SEC, all but 2 teams would be expected to finish behind the last place team in the SEC.
Oh, wow.
But that's the AAC and the SEC, so perhaps that shouldn't be surprising. But the ACC is a strong basketball league with real basketball history and is a league that when it expanded, the last time it expanded, Mike Krzyzewski, the Naismith Memorial Hall of Famer and widely recognized GOAT of the sport, said that the ACC, with the addition of its new members, would turn into the best basketball conference in the history of the sport. And maybe it will someday, but it's not that right now. Guess how many top 50 KenPom teams the ACC has right now? I just told you, for context, that the SEC has 13.
Okay, well, I'm going to obviously Duke and North Carolina are in there.
Yeah, Duke's 4, Carolina's 16.
NC State, maybe?
No, I don't want to get you caught up.
No, I got
Pitt's
you.
12.
Yeah,
Clemson's
I knew Pitt because they're playing
Clemson's
tonight.
24 after last night's win.
So 5.
4. It's 4. There's only 4.
Oh, wow.
The SEC has 13 top 50. The ACC has 4. And here's what's even wilder. The ACC has 10 schools outside of the top 73. There's 18 ACC schools, 10 outside of the top 73. That means more than half the league would be projected to finish below last place Vanderbilt in the SEC. More than half of your league is worse than the worst team in the SEC, according to KenPom. That's insane. And so the obvious question is, well, what's wrong with the ACC? This stuff is always easy to explain. Syracuse is one of your biggest brands. They stink. Miami was in a Final Four a few years ago. They're not good right now. Notre Dame was consistently good under Mike Bray.
Yeah.
They're not right now. Louisville is one of the greatest college basketball brands of all time. Pat Kelsey will get them back to respectability. I think he's already got them there. But they just got beat by 23 points at home by Tennessee last night. They're not very good. When your biggest brands are down, your league will be down. And that's what's happening to the ACC right now. And they got embarrassed last night. We've reached the point in recent years where ACC coaches, come late February when we're starting to talk brackets, they jump on the ACC network or ACC radio and they're talking about how the computers don't respect them and the human polls don't respect them and they're not getting as much credit as they deserve for doing whatever it is they're doing. But the truth is, like last night, they're impossible to avoid when it comes time to build a bracket when it comes time to project teams into that 68 school field. Like, we saw you play the best basketball. You think you're one of the best basketball leagues in the country, and we matched you up with the one the computers say is, and they smacked you around all night long. You can win all 6 games tonight, and you will still lose this challenge 9-7, even if you win all 6 games tonight. So they got humiliated last night. Looks like it's not going to be a strong season for the ACC, but you do get an awesome game tonight inside Cameron Indoor. Bruce Pearl's Auburn Tigers that won the Maui Invitational by beating Memphis. They'll be taking on Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, and the Duke Blue Devils tonight, Cameron Indoor.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.